Taylor Lawrence.
Hi. Oh, I do have to give a shout out to one of my very good friends in England. She's one of my best friends on the planet, Jessica Sand, or Jessica Hughes now. She's listening in England right now. She feels like she knows a celebrity because I'm on the radio. All right, well, I do want to talk about a few of my friends today. I have a friend named Harley, and one time she installed a tracking device on her boyfriend's car and then broke into his house with the keys she copied while she knew he wasn't home because she had the app on her phone. Broke into his house with the keys she copied and hid under his covers for him to get home. Like, why would you do that? And so he came home and he got under the covers with her. Like, that's what happens when crazy people date each other. And I have another friend named Kim. She's drop dead gorgeous. Oh man, she is smoking hot. And so we'll go out to bars a lot. We actually go out to Bar Louie a lot. And guys will flock to buy her drinks. Just flock. And so she'll wait till they buy her about 4 or 5 drinks and she'll say, is female a good look on me? And after about $40 invested, that's not a question you want to hear. Is female a good look on me? And so they usually freak out and they run away and they come back. Sometimes they come back. Sometimes they'll come back and be like, hey, let me get your number. And so I was telling a friend about this, and the friend said, well, I know why they come back. And I said, well, why? And he said, well, male or female, she's a 9. I mean, I think at some point they're just going to wing it, whatever you want to say. But my mom actually was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer a few weeks ago. And it's kind of sad, but they told us it was the best kind of breast cancer you can have. And but that, when you hear that in your mind, it's almost like going to like a used car lot, and it's like the used car salesman's like, this is the best car we have. It might catch on fire and kill you, but this is the best one we have. So, but she's kind of a nutcase as it is. She goes on WebMD and diagnoses herself with illnesses all the time. She's already survived like ankle cancer, ear cancer, eye cancer, elbow cancer. So I'm pretty sure she's going to actually beat real cancer. But let's see, her best friend is a Mormon though, and I'm not sure if you guys know anything about Mormons. Mormons, they like to hang out with each other quite a bit, and so a lot of times my mom will invite me to these parties of Mormons that they call like jam making parties and wedding receptions. I didn't really know that Mormons like to make jelly, but they do, and so she'll invite me out to these events, and I never eat the food. So she walked up to me one day and she said, why are you standing over here just not talking to anyone, like a rude person? And I said, well, I don't want to eat the food. And she said, well, why? And I said, that's trick you into being a Mormon food. Like everything they do is trying to trick you into being in their club, and it's not appropriate. And so, but to me, Mormons as a whole religion are almost like robots. Like it's almost like Joseph Smith walked into those woods that night and found like a way to make robots instead of like those tablets. Like, can you imagine if he had pulled that shit in Salem? It would have burned his ass at the stake. No way, Jose. But well, I do have a friend named Kat and a friend named Lauren. And so about 5 years ago, we were leaving a bar. And we were working at that bar at the time, and so we got in Kat's car, and I had some weed on me, and I said, I have to smoke this weed before I go home. And so we loaded the bowl, and I went to go hit the pipe, and I looked up, and there's a cop staring right at me in my eyes, and I said, oh fuck, there's a cop. And so Lauren's in the back seat. Lauren's the most rational of all 3 of us, and Lauren says, well, we just have to drive. It's 2:30 in the morning, the bar is closed, and we'd have to drive. And so we drove, and we got on the side street, and someone was following us, and so I said, is that the cop? And Lauren said, I don't know. So she stuck her head out the whole fucking window, and looked behind us and saw the cop. And so she's like, yep, it's a cop. And so right then he flips on the lights, and Kat looks at me and she says, you have to eat the weed. And so I'm like, fuck. And in my mind, it's just, I'm right back to Super Troopers. Just right back to Super Troopers. You have to eat it. And so I ate like probably 1/8 of weed, which is like 3.5 grams for those people who are not terrible people and used to do drugs many years ago. So I ate like 1/8 of weed. And so the cop pulls up and he walks up and he says, how much have you guys had to drink tonight? And Kat says, 1 beer. Kat's plastered at this point. She's gone. The car smells like pot. Kat smells like alcohol. And so he's like, well, do you have any warrants? And she says, well, no. And so he goes back to his car, he runs it, and he doesn't have any warrants. And, he comes back to the car, he's like, well, y'all have a good night. And I was like, that wouldn't have gone down that well if it wasn't 3 white girls in the car. Never.
I know, that's right.
Right?
Okay.
It was just like, I knew I was like, oh, we're going to jail now. We're going to jail. And so she looks at me as soon as the cop is pulling around us, and she goes, you didn't eat that weed, did you? I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Of course I ate the fucking, you fucking told me to. It was so bad, but that's my 5 minutes, guys.
That is Taylor Lawrence, everybody. Listen, you're damn